Hi you guys, it's Teacher Carrie. I'm here in my backyard and I thought maybe we could take a nature walk together even though we're in different places. What do you think? I'm gonna take a walk around my backyard. You can see what I see. And then maybe you can go out with your grown-up and take a walk in your yard or your neighborhood, okay? So I'm gonna just see what I got to see out here. Let's see. You might hear my dog bark. My dog is really crazy. His name is Scout and he barks a lot. Okay. So this tree right here, this is an apricot tree, and it has these beautiful blooms on it, and with these white, kind of pink on the middle, and then these white petals, and the petals fall off. And sometimes when a lot of them end up falling off, it ends up looking like it snowed on the ground. There's not a ton down there right now. Can't see very many, but and I actually get a lot of birds that make nests in this tree. And I'm also noticing, let's see if you guys can see it. It looks like there's some fruit starting to grow. You see this right here? That is probably going to turn into an apricot at some point. And they are tasty and yummy to eat. Okay, let's see what else I've got in my backyard. Ooh, over here we have some calla lilies that are in bloom. And these flowers, they're very unusual. They don't have petals like the flower that I just showed you on the apricot tree. This is what they look like. And they it's huge, look, compared to the size of my head. Pretty big, huh? Doesn't really have any smell. And you can see they grow on really tall, long stalks. You can see them right here. This one, I think, must have already flowered and it died, which is normal for what happens with flowers around the springtime. Because it's brown, that's why I'm assuming that happened. But you can see I still have some here, and they actually have water in them from the rain. You guys can see that. Okay, let's see what else I can show you in my backyard. Because there's been so much rain and because it's springtime, I have had some new flowers pop up in the middle of my grass, and they're really, really quite pretty. I've got these yellow ones here, and I also have some purple ones here. And the other thing I'm noticing in my grass, if I keep going, can you guys see the orange peels in my grass? I wasn't out here eating an orange. You know what happened? I have orange trees and I have squirrels. And the squirrels come and they take the fruit off my trees and they run up into another tree. This here is actually not an orange tree, it's a persimmon tree. But I think they must have ran up there and they peeled the orange. They dropped all the peelings, and that's why they're there on the ground. And they sat up there and they ate the orange. And the reason why they eat it in the tree is because I have a crazy dog, like I said. And my dog would come and bark and be extra loud. I hear a bird. Can you guys hear that? All right. I'm seeing I've got really dark gray clouds up there. But then over here I've got blue sky. That's kind of cool. All right. I'm going to go over here. I've got 3 different kinds of orange trees. And if you guys remember when we took the jackets over to near the church where they were going to be distributed to people that need them. I told you guys that I picked a bunch of oranges for my house, and I also brought those there because not only do they take clothes to help keep people warm, but they also take food. So if people are hungry and they don't have enough money, they can come there and they can get some food for free. So my trees still have oranges on them, but not as much as normal because I had picked them and took them there. So this tree right here is kind of like a clementine tree. Can you guys see this tree here? It's kind of short. Let's move over here. I'm going to show you. It's got some green starting to turn orange things on it. It's kind of like a cutie. And then let me show you this one over here. Can you guys, if I turn this a little bit, can you guys see how teeny tiny that orange is? It's itty bitty. It's going to get bigger and bigger and juicier, and then I can eat it. Okay. Here's another one of my trees. This tree is called Valencia, a Valencia orange tree, and it has beautiful blooms on it right now. And the orange flowers, the orange blossoms, smell amazing. I wish you guys could smell them right now. Oh, they smell so good. And the bees love this tree. This is the tree that I found a hummingbird nest in once. The hummingbird nest is teeny tiny, so small, but that's because the hummingbirds are small, and also because hummingbird eggs are very small. The nest that I found in the apricot tree before was a much bigger nest because they were bigger birds and they laid bigger eggs. So you get a different size nest based on how big the bird is and how big the eggs are. Okay, I was going to show you this tree over here. It's another orange tree. This one is growing a very unusual looking orange on it. Can you see? It's kind of a funny shape, but that's an orange. This tree is called a navel orange tree. I was going to tell you why it's called navel oranges. I'm having trouble finding a good example though. So navel is another way that we say belly button. And so this tree has, the oranges that come off this tree have a little funny spot on them, right on the bottom, and it looks like a belly button. So that's why they're called navel oranges. And I guess maybe because they thought belly button oranges would sound strange. I'm going to see if I can find you an example. Well, this one is, here's one that's rotting on the tree. Where is it? Can you guys see that? But you can see where that little divot is on the end there. That is why they're called navel oranges, because they have that spot that looks kind of like a belly button. Most of the oranges are very high up because, let me see if I can, most of them are very high up because we were able to pick the low ones. But anyway, I've got more blossoms on this tree too. And then let's see, what else do I have over here? We have a fig tree. We have lots of fruit trees in my house. I don't know if you guys know what figs are, so I thought I would show you. These ones are not ripe yet, but do you see these fruit right here? They will get bigger and juicier, and they turn, some of them, some varieties stay green, some turn kind of a brownish, some turn almost like a purplish color. I'm not a big fan of figs. I don't, we all have favorite foods. Figs would not be one of my favorites, but I have friends that love them and they get so excited, and I make sure I pick them and I take them to my friends, and they're always so excited. I also have a lemon tree, and then I don't know what kind of tree this is yet, but we might get some fruit on it this year because we're getting lots of flowers on it. Do you see the pink blossoms? Here's one that's already open, and you can see the petals, and then the middle there is also pink and yellow. And this right here is the same type of thing. It's a flower, it just hasn't opened up yet, right? And here are ones even more tightly closed, those little itty bitty pink ones. You can see the green that's starting to grow out because we're going to get leaves on it too. Trying to think if there's anything else in my backyard. I was going to go show you one thing outside of my backyard. It was an idea I had for you guys for when you maybe go take a walk in your neighborhood, or you're hanging out getting some fresh air in the front yard, and all you need is a piece of chalk in your hand. Oh, here comes my dog. Here, where is he? Can you say hi? Hi! That's my dog, Scout. Okay, I'm gonna have to sneak outside because otherwise he's gonna try and escape. Give me one sec. Okay. So, when you guys go out for a walk, I had an idea that maybe you guys could write messages to people. So, I don't know how to turn this around. Sorry, it's stuck like that. Okay, so here I wrote a message. It says hello, and that way when people are out and about taking a walk in the neighborhood, they can see maybe that somebody was thinking about them. I also, over here, I drew a heart. Let's see if you guys can see it. I drew a heart. So all you need to spread a little cheer, a little happiness in your neighborhood is a piece of chalk and some sidewalk, and you can write messages to people. You might even leave, I had an idea that I could leave some chalk out and maybe people would write me messages back. How cool would that be? So I can come back out in a little while and see if somebody left me a message, right? That's pretty special. All right, you guys, I miss you very, very, very much. I miss you so much. But I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to read books, and I will make sure that I get them to your grown-ups so that they can have you watch them, okay? I miss you guys. You guys can also ask your moms or dads to send me messages via email, and that way I can read anything, and maybe I can, if you have any questions, I can answer them in a video that I make, okay? I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye.